welcome back to another episode of Activate Your Divine Power. So in this episode, I want to talk about why it's not about leaving your comfort zone. So you're going to be like, what do you mean? Of course it's about leaving my comfort zone. You know, all those diagrams that show you that everything that you desire is on the outside of your comfort zone. So I'm going to call BS on that. And I'm going to say that is ego-driven thinking. And all that is doing is tapping into our subconscious and keeping us stuck in fear. So I believe that this kind of either or energy of in the comfort zone or outside of the comfort zone, that is duality. That is basically saying I'm either here or there. So I'm saying it's not about duality of either I'm in or I'm out. I'm saying it's about taking full command of your own unique divine energy and saying, right, this is my comfort zone. And instead of moving outside of it, it's about expanding the edges of your current comfort zone because you have the power to do that. You fully are in charge of your own unique divine energy, and everything that you desire already is within your field. And if you desire to see that manifest and created in your current external reality, it's not about going outside of your comfort zone. It's about expanding the edges of your comfort zone because that is unity consciousness. That is basically saying we are all one. If I'm in or I'm out, that's duality. If I can expand the edges, that is connected. I am fully connected because I think what this kind of everything that you desire is on the outside of your comfort zone. All that's doing is tapping into this fear of, okay, so if I want to have everything I desire, then that's on the outside. I'm going to have to step out. And that subconsciously triggers fear. It triggers fear of loss. It's basically saying I'm going to have to sacrifice everything that I currently have to step outside of this comfort zone to be able to have something else. And I'm saying it's not about that. It's about expanding the edges of your comfort zone because that means you can maintain and still experience everything that you love within your comfort zone and have more. So do you see what I mean? It's nuanced. And this is why it's on a subconscious level. On a conscious level, you're like, well, what's the difference? But on a subconscious level, your ego is really playing into that fear of loss of like, it's keeping you in that comfort zone by saying, well, if you want everything you desire, you're going to have to step outside of it, which means that you're going to have to lose a whole bunch of stuff. And obviously that is not true. The only thing you'll ever lose at any point is something that isn't serving you anymore. And if that is within your current comfort zone, why would you want to maintain it anyway if it's not serving you? So it's about shifting our perspective so that we can see the bigger picture and we can move from love instead of fear. So if we can say, you know what, I have the power to expand my energy because it means that I can have all the best bits of my current life that I've created within my current comfort zone that still serve me, because if they don't serve me, it's time for them to, be alchemized and transmuted so that I can then bring in something else that is serving me better anyway. But I can also then expand my energy and experience even more of that. And I think that's the bit that to me feels so exciting, because when we subconsciously believe that the edge of our comfort zone is fixed, that's when we get into trouble. That's that black or white, either or thinking, yes or no, right or wrong. All of that comes from duality. And that just triggers that fear of loss. And that's how I believe that the ego keeps us from stepping outside of our current existence. It kind of preys on that fear. And that is a really, really deep fear. Whereas if we're able to see that that boundary of our comfort zone is an illusion, it doesn't exist because we're connected to all that is, then we can flip our perspective from having a fixed comfort zone to one that we can expand. And then that becomes a both and situation. We can have both everything that we love in our current life, and we can expand into even more. That's the energy of love, of abundance, of freedom, of joy, of everything that we desire. So it's nuanced, but I just want to invite you to be open to the fact that this is happening on a very deep subconscious level, very deep. And what it does is having this fixed boundary that says everything you desire is on the other side, that basically makes you feel unsafe. On a subconscious level, you're like, oh God, that's kind of keeping you separate from it. Whereas if you're like, actually, you know what? I can keep everything that I desire now and have even more, then that creates safety within your being, within your energy, within your nervous system. That creates safety. And then that starts flipping the switch from fear to love, because safety, knowing that you are connected to all that is, knowing that you have the divine power to work with and command and protect your energy and expand your energy when you are ready in divine time to receive more, then it means that you're safe. On a subconscious level, you are safe. And then you start moving into the territory of, okay, I'm going to show my ego that we are safe to do this together, and that your ego can now start to support your soul's desires, because we're not here to kill the ego. We're here to learn how to teach and train and ask the ego to help us create our soul's desires. And the more we can show our ego that everything that we desire, we already have, because we are already connected to divine source. We are already at one with all that is. The more we can show that to our ego, the more it stops fearing that it's separate, that it's death. I mean, that is the biggest fear of the ego, is death. But you know, if you're here with me, you know that we have many lifetimes, so many lifetimes. So, you know, that death that it fears, it's only a physical death. You come back. If you are here on a big soul mission across many, many lifetimes, you're coming back. So our ego fears that death, and it fears that it is not connected to divine source. So if we can show our ego that it can never die, and that is our soul is eternal. It never dies. It never, never dies. It is pure energy. It is a unique spark of part of the interconnected web of all that is. It never dies. So if we can show our ego that it's safe to follow our soul, it's safe to expand into even more, then that starts creating a shift from that fear of loss to, actually, you know what? I can have everything I desire. I am literally abundance in human form. I am everything that the universe is in human form, and I can channel that and I can create everything that I desire. So I just want you to tune in and, you know, imagine everything that you love in your life right now. Imagine everything that you have. You know, maybe close your eyes and just take a deep breath. And think of everything that you have that you love in your life right now. The relationships, the wealth, your health, your work, nature, fresh air, food that nourishes you, and freedom. The world wants us to think that we are not free beings. We are free beings. And now, once you've taken a moment to think about everything that you love, I want you just to tune in to what it would feel like to have even more of that. Even more divine relationships, of happiness, of joy, of harmony, of balance, to have even more abundance, wealth, and success, and to have even more soul purpose, soul fulfillment, doing what you came here to do, and receiving your divine abundance and wealth and prosperity in exchange for that. And now opening your eyes, remembering that this is your soul-aligned path. Your soul-aligned path is to tap into the fact that you are the universe in human form. You have the divine power to create everything that you desire. And this is the soul-aligned path. What your soul wishes you to experience in this lifetime, what it desires for you to create, is hard-coded into you because it serves humanity when you create what it is that is in your heart. And ultimately, just fearing loss will only ever create loss. You know, we all know how the universe works, like attracts like. But when you learn to expand your divine energy, when you are ready to experience more, and you get to choose that, you get to choose when it's divine time for you to experience more, and then expand your energy to receive that, then you're expecting abundance. You're saying, you know what, where I am right now is incredible. It's epic. I am so grateful for everything that I have right now. And I'm going to expand my energy to receive even more abundance, even more. And that is just powerful because when you are expecting abundance, that's when you start receiving even more abundance. So never fear your soul aligned path because it's paved with love and it literally is the safest path you can walk. You know, we're told not to dream big. We're told to be happy with what we've got. We're told to settle. And all of that is disempowering us because we can have absolutely anything that we desire. So the most safe path in this lifetime is one of abundance. It's one of love. It's the safest path. But the key is to rewiring our subconscious mind to be able to support what it is that our soul desires in this lifetime, because we live in a paradigm of fear where the ego is just running absolutely rampant and creating all this corruption and war and conflict and abuse of power on the outside. And our job is to learn how to heal all of that on the inside, because then that will create the external reality that we came here to experience. And obviously that all relies on us individually taking radical responsibility for our own worlds. We are creating 8 billion worlds that are all part of one world. So when we can take responsibility for our own world and the abundance and the joy and the freedom that happens within that world, obviously alchemizing our pain to divine power within that, because we're all here to go into the shadow and then to find the divine light within. That's when we can come together and co-create this new beautiful world that we so need and desire right now. So in summary, if this is resonating, then I just invite you to forget those diagrams, that everything is on the outside of your comfort zone. And just to remind you that you don't need to sacrifice or let go or leave anything unless it's not serving you. And that is within your current comfort zone. If something is not serving you, you don't need to leave your comfort zone to let that go. You know, you wouldn't want to keep it in your comfort zone anyway. So that is happening at all times. Like, we should all be constantly reviewing what is going on within our current comfort zone and, you know, saying, right, is this serving me anymore? You know, consciously being aware and asking that question. And then the second part is, okay, right, cleared up some energy, I'm ready to expand into more. And then that's when you can expand the boundary of your energy, because you can do that. So if you want to know how to do that, my foundational healing activation called Activate Your Divine Energy, I show you how to do this. So it's actually 2 parts. So part 1 is about fully activating your divine energy. So your unique divine energy, which is part of the interconnected web of all that is. So what we do in part 1 is we fully connect you back up to divine source, fully connect you to Mother Earth, fully connect you to your multi-dimensional beingness, and then we reclaim soul fragments and we reclaim any missing energy, and then we fully activate your unique divine energy. So that basically puts you back into your unique divine energy and power. And then part 2, which is where it gets really freaking cool, is that I show you how to command, manage, protect, and expand your own unique divine energy. So this is the bit that is so freaking fun. I love doing it. So what we do throughout this whole healing activation is we identify any subconscious limiting beliefs, programs, or misunderstandings that are basically keeping you disempowered and from being fully in your own unique divine energy and activating it and then managing it, commanding it, all of that. We identify any belief that basically says that your subconscious doesn't believe it's possible. So we release all of that on a multidimensional level. And then we bring in the 5D highest and best, most empowering, most expansive subconscious beliefs, programs, and understandings. And then the really fun bit is we weave in guided visualization throughout. So we're really showing your subconscious mind how to work with these new downloads, because imagery is the language of the subconscious mind. So when you're bringing in how to command and manage and protect and expand your energy, it's a very visual process. We bring in the downloads, but then we show your subconscious how to work with it. And that creates that safety that your ego needs. It creates that trust and safety that you are safe to do this work. You are safe. So that's what we do in my healing activation. And my clients are absolutely loving playing with their divine energy and experimenting with it and shifting their boundaries when it's divine time. And obviously I show you how to do all of this in Activate Your Divine Energy. So if you're interested, I'm going to leave a link in the show notes. Check that out. And in the meantime, I'm just going to wrap up and say thank you so much for being here. I am so grateful and blessed to be on this journey with you and to share all the highs and the lows of this earthly plane, this magical earthly plane that we came here to experience in this lifetime, this very, very pivotal lifetime. And I just obviously, as always, invite you to take what resonates and leave the rest. If nothing resonates, that is all good, my love. That is your divine prerogative to leave it here and, go on your merry way. I absolutely love, respect, and honor whatever's in your highest good and whatever it is that you desire to create and those belief systems around that. So until next time, my love, I love you so much. We've got this, and together we heal and rise.